What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Cruising with Crab. Buckle up, you are along for the ride. All right, I've been wanting to do this one for a little bit. I mentioned it actually, I think, in my Journey of Souls video, which you've already seen. But I want to talk about like cosmetics. We're gonna get back into more looks, take a little break from the manifestation stuff. But this is actually a spiritual video. I want to talk about tattoos. Tattoos, again, it's a part of a cosmetic thing that we have that we want to, it's an art. We like to put it on us. We have stories behind them as well. But I want to give you guys a whole reason about my tattoos, why I have them, what they symbolize to me, and how important they are to me. And they're reminders from my soul. We'll put it in that just it helps me remind me who I am in this lifetime or what I have previously been for other lifetimes. And I mentioned before, guys, I'm a big believer that anytime you have deja vu, right? You experience things that you're like, oh my God. Like, for example, I think I told you guys I was in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a long time ago on a trip. And I remember I was in the car with a friend at the time. And I remember just like looking out to the east of that. It was like, I think it was, sorry, out to the west. The sun was getting kind of setting. And I just remember I had this like flashback, but it wasn't me. Like it wasn't me. Like I almost like phased out for a second in the passenger seat. And my friend at the time was just looking at me. He's like, "Dude, you all right?" I said, "Like, dude, like I've been here before." He's probably kind of tripped out, right? This is before I was even spiritual or understanding who I am and all that. Way before I knew all how this reality, this game, how it works. And I just kind of kept that to myself. But at that time, I just wanted to say, like, I had like a past life here, but I wasn't who I am now. It's not me, Jonathan Crab. I was like some other person, right? And it was like I could see this flashback in first person. And I just remember it was like really quickly. I'm in a car where this is happening. It was like I like passed out in a dream for like a couple seconds, but it was like a vision I saw. And I was just walking in the like in the around all of the desert in Arizona. And then I finally got that confirmed that I was, I mean, again, you can believe what you want to believe. Anyone can tell you anything. And if you truly believe it, well, that's what you'll be experiencing. But apparently I was a Native American, part of the Hopi tribe, which was a very peaceful tribe. And apparently a bunch of, when all the settlers from Europe came, they took over that. And apparently I died in that life. I was like 29 and I was like second in command of the chief and stuff like that. So I died, and now I'm this person. So it's like how ironic being killed by European settlers, and I was apparently a Native American, and now I'm this person. So so it's funny how life can treat. It's funny how life can be like that. But I know I chose this body, and I love who I am. So all right, let's get to the tattoos. So there's a reason I brought that one up, because I want to talk about I have portraits all over me, and all my portraits mean a lot to me. I do have one thing that's like a symbol. Can't really see it. It's kind of, you might have to like, there you go. You can see a little bit. So we'll start from the down up because I got an inside sleeve. So the reason I brought up that whole reincarnation story was, and also this symbolizes a lot for me. The lady you see here, I know I have been a woman, not just a man in past lives. All right. It also reminds me that we don't just have one energy, right? Obviously, I've told you I'm a guy. A guy should be using more masculine energy, and I will stand by that to this day. Obviously, I'm going to separate that from the logical, right? Just because I'm more masculine does not mean I'm automatically logical, right? But what I'm saying is it's good to just act like a man and be manly about things, right? That's what a woman wants to be treated by, right? So this is a reminder for me that, yeah, still be a man, but have that feminine energy. If I have that feminine energy with you too, right? Have that beauty with you, right? I also selected too because if I was a chick, that's how I would look, right? That would be my look, because and I think it complements me who I am from other lifetimes. It also really goes well with the artwork, I think, as well, right? You got like the demon thing up here that you can call it, very inspired by Terminator, right? So it really flows in really well. I kind of zoom in better for you guys, but right, it has like if you look at the portrait, it has more eye colors, more of an eye color that I have right here, more blue, right? So I wanted things that took my essence, right? It's like my soul, right? Not just who I am now, but it's like I said, it's reminders from my soul, right? And that's why I like my tattoos. And I'm very open to telling people what it means. I mean, you're gonna have people that interpret it totally different. I don't give a shit. Like I said, the 3D does not mean anything to me. So somebody can tell me whatever the fuck they want and say, "Oh, your tattoos are offensive." I just get people thinking my skull thing was like I was part of some like I was a Satan worshiper and shit. And it's like it's so some people are just so fucking pathetic. Again, that's my assumption, though, right? That's my experience. So but I mean, it's good content. So yeah, that's the portrait, and for the woman portrait right there. So yeah, that's basically me. If I was a woman in a past life, which I know I have, and I'll leave you guys with this too. I have always known this, even as a kid. Like I've been a mother. I've had kids. It's so weird. Like sometimes when I see kids, it's weird. Like I sometimes get very feminine. I keep that inside, obviously. I mean, I'm explaining it now, but I always remind myself, okay, I'm not a woman now. I'm a guy. Act like a dude. However, though, I do have like a nurturing side of me, right? So I'm not going to be like a total dick if I had kids. You know what I mean? But again, it's a reminder for me, and I also just love it. And I love portraits. I fucking love portraits. I think portraits are so fucking awesome. It's a very bold statement, right? You're gonna have people who just say stupid shit about your tattoos. But again, guys, and I'll tell you, anytime I've had people who said some stupid shit about my tattoos, and I said looks are important to me, they're always fucking ugly. They're always fucking ugly people that always criticize my ink, right? It's because they wish they could be me. I know that's what it is. Always remember that though. But again, that's my experience. So yeah, that's the portrait tattoo for the one of the woman, and then I got my demonic demon thing, whatever you want to call it. As you guys know, I've done a lot of paranormal investigations with my sister. You guys all know Brittany Crabb, and Brittany um, has always been a big inspiration for me into the paranormal. So it's like and it basically just means like I've conquered my demons too, right? Like everything I've conquered, right? I've conquered the Satan world that we're in. The Satan is the 3D world, by the way. If you read the Bible, if you look at it in the metaphysical way, big shout out to my buddy Eric on that. Thank you, Eric. You helped me figure out how to decipher that Bible, and I even have a fucking Bible in my room. Never thought in my life I would. But again, I'd read it in the metaphysical perspective. I don't believe it, the religious aspect, because the religious aspect is basically what we've created as humans. But yeah, so that's like a nice interpretation for me with the demon. And I like it too because it really, like I said, the portraits and they all really come together really well. The coloring, right? Like I always think like the dark hair for the portrait, like for the woman one, the dark hair really goes well. I almost went with like a red kind of on-burn kind of color, but I ended up getting it darker. I think it looks way better. Complements the also like the lighting here. I do have some sunscreen on it right now because it's really hot outside, but you can still see it really well. So, but yeah, that's like, and also the demon thing is very inspired by Terminator. Has a very Terminator T800 look to it, and I thought that always looked really cool. I wanted something like very demonic looking, but just really like fucking almost like robotic in some sense. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and then I also have a portrait right here. It's at my. I might have to stand up for this one. Yeah, I can see it better. But this is. If you have to pause it, by the way, at any time the video, go for it, guys. You want to get a better picture at it. This is like a spirit animal, the lone wolf, if you want to call it. For a long time, right? I've always just felt like I'm doing everything by myself, in a sense like that, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's nice ways when if you flex too, it looks cool. I thought having this inside would be cool. Excuse me, would be cool because it's like more. I always thought like, oh, if if I put on muscle. I got all my tattoos right when I was really skinny. But I remember telling myself, well, if I ever end up putting on muscle, I'll get the wolf on my bicep so you can see it better. And I think it looks really cool with that. Nice nice touch to that. But no, and also it has like an eye patch that's really inspired by. I took that art style actually from a video game series that I really enjoyed called Metal Gear Solid. And there's a character named Diamond Dog, which stands for, you can just call him DD. But he's like this. He's with Snake, this character. If you don't know what it is, you can Google it if you want. But it's a knockoff movie, basically. It's a knockoff game of a movie from uh, oh my god, the director's name, John Carpenter's Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Kurt Russell stars in it. And if you see that movie, you'll be like, holy shit! I see the resemblance. They took so many ideas from that. But it's like this guy's like a badass, like war, like a soldier and stuff like that. There's different timelines. It's pretty sick. So DD is like a wolf that's his companion that he finds in the game, and he's like a man's best friend. So I thought that'd be a really cool thing to have as a wolf, as like, because it's like my spirit animal, but it has like an eye patch, right? It's been through shit. It's still surviving in this 3D world. So it's cool, like tattoos have always, it's funny how I got everything before I knew all this shit. And now it's like the amount of meaning that I put onto it and what it's done for me is pretty freaking wild. And it's funny, like, again, when I mentioned how you don't ask when, you don't ask how, you don't ask how any of that's going to happen. But if you know it's going to happen, whatever your manifestation is, whatever your desire is, then um, you know, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. So I never thought originally I wanted to get completely covered, but with tattoos, and I'm so happy I didn't do that. And I love ink, don't get me wrong. It's just my tattoos have to mean something to me, right? They really have to mean something to me. And they mean a lot to me. That's why I'm making a whole video about it. And I've had these for a long time, and I take very good care of them. I put my sunscreen on and everything on when I can. And then yeah, so those are three of my tattoos, and then the last tattoo, I would have to take my shirt off, but I'm not going to do that. But this is a band that I really like. So you can see it better, but it connects with the other tattoos as well. And it's the Majesty symbol. It is basically it's a symbol for my favorite progressive rock metal band. They're called Dream Theater. Excuse me. Excuse me. And yeah, I grew up with a lot of metal and rock in my house because of my brother and my cousin. My cousin was in a metal band, and he got my brother in the music, and then I'm the third person in there, so I kind of got a bunch of metal influence at a very young age. But Dream Theater, my God, that band, lyrically, they make some pretty amazing stuff. Um, they got me through. They got me through so much stuff in my life. I've seen that band at least 7 times in concert. I've met the band. Classic, not original idea, but for me, this was my very first tattoo I ever got. Actually, was this one, and then I got all these other tattoos a couple years apart from one another. But I love all my ink. I love every piece of ink equally. I think they're all so beautiful, and and I get some very beautiful compliments from a lot of people, besides the really ugly people I've talked about. Mostly men. I get some really creepy compliments from some of those people. I think one time I had one dude, and he's like, dude, like, can I kiss her or something like that? And I was like, huh? And he was like being dead serious. And I'm like, no, like, fuck off, you weirdo. It's a piece of art. I had one guy that was like so offended by it for some reason. I was like, what? Some people are just so pathetic, man. They have no balls. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm sorry. Looks to me means so much to me, and I know they do, because I see a guy and they're just wearing baggy jeans, they're wearing a fucking baseball cap indoors, whatever the fuck it is. Again, guys, I'm not hating hats, but when people are just constantly wearing them all the time, like I said, I'll wear them sometimes indoors, but very rarely. If I'm at home, yes, I'll look like a fucking lumberjack, but it's pretty rare. I usually just don't. I kind of just I walk around usually, I just however I want to dress at home, but it's just some people are just so, they have no they're just so basic. They just don't have any artistic thing about them. They just go watch something on TV. Oh, guess I'll wear that. Guess I'll wear that. That gets me some chicks, you know. It's like, use your fucking brain, man. Again, watch my last video I posted about the logical brain. But yeah, guys, summary of all my tattoos. This means the portrait woman reincarnation. We haven't just been this person who we are now. You know, maybe it's your first lifetime here, but I can tell you, I've lived thousands of lives. I know I'm an old soul. I know that because a lot of the knowledge that I'm sharing, the deja vu that I had, right? So that comes from that. Got like the paranormal Terminator T800 on top of it. Then we got the wolf, right? The spirit animal and such. Has a badass eye patch. The lone wolf energy, all that, right? Now, do I identify like, oh, I'm a loner? I'm a loner. No, but it's just again, it's reminders for myself, and it's just a cool art style to have. All right. It's also great conversations. People that don't want to talk, like some people who just can't talk. Tattoos can be some really good in-depth conversations. You will meet people though, which this is what I don't get. I'm gonna end it with this. Oh yeah. Sorry, the Dream Theater tattoo, obviously that you guys can see the Majesty symbol, and that's exactly how on their very first album cover for Dream Theater, there's a guy, uh, not on a cross, but he's about to get that burned onto him. There's a word for it, and I can't think of it, but it's like what you see with bulls. They like hit their basses and then they run. You see in all those cartoon movies. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it. Probably gonna remember it when I end this video, but that's okay. Anyway, but no, there's just some. Uh, there's people who with tattoos that just I've never understood this. Why people get tattoos and then you ask them like, "What's that mean?" and they don't want to talk about it, right? I mean, a lot of it, and I see people like, and I see this all the time. Against my awareness, everybody has the same fucking tattoos. I see a fucking compass. I see a lion. I see this shit, and it's all the fucking same. Yes, I do have portraits. People have portraits. All my portraits are unique, though, right? I have a wolf. Yes, there are wolf people that have wolf tattoos. Sorry, not wolf people. There are people with wolf tattoos. However, mine has its own cosmetic added to it from me, from my identity. People copy, they take the fucking same shit all the time. You know, people are not authentic in that. And it's kind of pathetic. They just get a tattoo. Oh, it looks cool, you know. Or they get it because they regret something they don't want to get. I see some really shitty ink too. Like when I see people when they see my ink, they start talking, they start showing me their ink, and I'm just like, fuck, it looks awful. It looks like a kid drew it. It looks terrible what they have, right? Again, though, with me though, I really like the big epic pieces. Right, tattoos are pretty amazing, right? And you know, do your homework, guys. Obviously, go to a good shop. You might see someone who, and this is what makes me disgusting. There's some shops that charge you ridiculous amount of money for something, and the quality is awful. It's awful what they do, what they charge, and you go somewhere else, and the ink looks incredible. They may even charge you less, but there's a lot of amateurs out there. It's like anything, though. You're gonna still see that anywhere, but again, that's my awareness. But yes, guys, when you do your homework, if you're really tempted to get a tattoo, make sure you check out multiple shops, check all the portfolios, make sure they're legit, make sure it's something that you really want to get, make sure it speaks to you, make sure the art speaks to you, and you want to be able to talk about it, like how I'm talking about it in this video. So I thought this would be a really cool way to show you guys with my YouTube channel, right? Talk about anything. Also gives me a chance to talk about different topics and things. So yeah. I love my ink. And again, remember, you're going to always see that ink on you every day you wake up, right? You're going to brush your teeth. Make sure it's legit. Because people will go in there and go, oh, I'll get laser removal. You should never have that intention, guys, if you're going to get tattoos. If you're going, oh, I'll just laser remove it, do not do that. Don't be a fucking idiot. Use, not your logical side, use your think about you. Think about what your soul would want, right? Don't be stupid about it. Because there's people, I knew somebody actually that a lot older than me that was getting tattoos. He had tattoos back in like the 90s. They weren't, and the quality was horrible. And he had like 4 different tattoo styles go all over them. So he had to get like, he got a bunch of tattoos, then he got more tattoos over that, then he got more tattoos over that. He got like 4 sleeves. So each sleeve he put more ink on it to get rid of it. And he hates it. right? Again, this is a long time ago, and he's had to get laser removal. I don't talk to this person anymore, but I remember it was extremely painful, and it's a long ass process because you're being like electrocuted pretty much. You're just trying to zap it off, right? Also, too, um, got hair in my mouth. If you're getting tattoos, uh, be aware that if you want them to last long, the sun can be, the sun can age your skin, obviously, and again, that's my assumption, right? Obviously I'm in the shade right now, but I love going out in the sun when I can. But I always make sure I put some sunscreen on before I go out. Put it on. I wait about 15 minutes, and then I go out and then I enjoy my day. So something to keep in mind, because I've had my tattoos, guys, since for a fucking long time. I've never had to get a touch up on any of my ink ever, ever, ever. I've never had to get any touch ups because I take so good care of my skin, so good care of it, like so well. I'm so efficient about it, right? So, all right, I'm gonna end this video. There's not much else for me to talk about, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Some tattoos, and you guys have been seeing my tattoos for a really long time. So I'm like, because I'm always wearing my tank top shirts and all that. So also too, I really like it, especially now because my physique, having muscle on me now, and you know, looking in good shape, it's made my tattoos stand out even more. So yeah, it's been awesome for that. But all right, guys, excuse me. This is the end of this video. Thanks for enjoying me. Thanks for riding with me on this video. Wait, I've never said that before. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this ride. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.